What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Detroit Lions video. Now, first and foremost, I want to get this out of the way. I am sorry for leaving the last couple of days. I have not been here. I did not have time to pre-record, so there were no videos for this channel. If you were on my second channel, I was uploading daily highlight videos of the draft prospects, and I will continue to do that. So if you are interested in that, go subscribe over there. But I was not here to upload videos, and for that, I apologize. But now I'm back, and I want to do something big. So since I missed the last couple of days, we're looking at the juggernauts of this free agent class. In the past, we've looked at the small guys. We looked at the Mike Daniels, the Ziggy Ansahs, the Jabal Sheards, the Clay Matthews. Not today. No. Today we got the juggernauts. We're comparing the two big name free agents left in the free agent market that a lot of Detroit Lions fans are looking at. That is, of course, Clowney and Everson Griffen. We're comparing the two, seeing who the best player is, who the best fit is, and who the best person is to bring into Detroit. So if you are new to the channel and are enjoying the content, consider liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. It takes 2 seconds every day and makes mine. And while you're at it, make sure you go over to my second channel, Right or Wrong Productions, for daily highlight videos on draft prospects, draft teams, and other NFL players. While you're at it, just go ahead and subscribe over to that, or go over to that channel and subscribe. It means the world to me, and I would be very, very appreciative if you would subscribe to both and watch the videos. But with that being said, let's get into talking about the two juggernauts of this free agent class and the two guys that Detroit Lions fans want us to bring in more than anybody else: Everson Griffen and Clowney. Now, first, taking a look at Everson Griffen. He is a 32-year-old defensive end, obviously being a current free agent. In the 2019 season, Everson Griffen had played in 15 games, had 41 total tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 24 quarterback hits, 8 sacks, and 1 interception. Looking at his advanced stats, he had 13 quarterback hurries, 13 quarterback knockdowns, and 35 quarterback pressures. He played in 848 snaps for the Minnesota Vikings last season, totaling for 78% of their total defensive snap counts. Looking at what he's done throughout his career, he has been on the NFL's top 100 list twice throughout his career and has been a 4-time Pro Bowler, with the Minnesota Vikings being a very, very productive player and one of the key pieces of their defensive line and defense as a whole. Looking at Clowney, he is a 27-year-old defensive end / outside linebacker, previously of the Seattle Seahawks and Houston Texans. Last season, Clowney played in 13 games for the Seattle Seahawks, had 31 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 13 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown, and 1 interception return for a touchdown. Looking at his advanced stats, he had 17 quarterback hurries, 10 quarterback knockdowns, 30 quarterback pressures. He played in 605 snaps for the Seattle Seahawks last year, totaling for 57% of their defensive snap count. And throughout his career, he's been on the NFL top 100 list 3 times and been to the Pro Bowl 3 times as well. So looking at what they did last year, looking at their career awards and accolades, they're both very successful players in the NFL. They are both, very successful guys. They're both very talented football players, and I think the Detroit Lions could not go wrong picking either of these guys up to add to the pass rush, to add to the defensive line, and to add to this defense as a whole. However, they are very different players, and we're going to compare them in a second. Now, Clowney, looking at his pluses and minuses. Clowney has elite athleticism, which is something Everson Griffen does not have. Now, Everson Griffen is not a bad athlete. I'm not saying that he is a bad athlete, that he can't, or that he is not an athletic guy, but Clowney's athleticism is through the roof. I mean, this guy, he's big, he's fast, he's strong. I mean, he looks the part of a elite pass rusher in the NFL. He has all the tools to succeed. He has everything in his arsenal that he needs to be one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. And that athleticism is obviously a big plus for Clowney, because as we go on, you'll see that he struggles in other areas that he makes up for with his extreme athleticism. Clowney's potential is through the roof. I mean, if this guy puts everything together, if he puts the moves, if he puts the athleticism, if he puts the technique, if he puts all of it together, he would be the best pass rusher in the NFL, bar none. I mean, this guy is an athletic freak. If he puts everything together, finally, if he puts all the moves, if he puts the mental side of the game together, and he can stay healthy for an entire season, this guy could be the best pass rusher in the NFL, and it wouldn't even be close. I mean, his potential is limitless. If the Detroit Lions do end up signing him and capitalizing this potential, and Matt Patricia teaches him the techniques and the things he needs to do right, pairing it with that athletic frame and athletic build that we just talked about, this guy would be a freak, and nobody could stop him on any Sunday. No matter who you have protecting the quarterback is in trouble. And then the third thing that Jadeveon Clowney has a plus on over Everson Griffen is the age. Jadeveon Clowney is much younger. He's 5 years younger. He's only 27 years old, so he still has time to progress. He still has time to get better at his position, and obviously, as I said, he is a much more athletic guy, so he still has time to learn the technique, to learn the mental side of the game, and to pair that with his athletic ability to become elite. Looking and comparing that to Everson Griffen, some of the pluses Everson Griffen has on Jadeveon Clowney is Everson Griffen has much better technique. Now, I said that Everson Griffen was not quite the athlete that Jadeveon Clowney was, and that's true, but he makes up for that with his technique. This guy is flawless in his technique. He is very good. He has a bunch of different moves that he puts together and makes opposing tackles, opposing guards pay. And, he is very good at putting together moves, and he is a technician. This guy is going to work hard. He's going to put all the moves together. It's going to look super clean. And even if he's not the most athletic guy, he's going to beat you with his mind. He's going to beat you with his technique more so than his athleticism, which is something Jadeveon Clowney does not always do. Everson Griffen is more productive. Now, he might not have the ceiling that Jadeveon Clowney has. He might not have the elite athleticism, but you can't argue with the stats, and Everson Griffen's stats have been phenomenal throughout his career. I mean, this guy gets you 8+ sacks a season every single season. I believe, 4 out of the last 5 seasons, he's had 8+ sacks for the Minnesota Vikings. And this guy, if you sign him to a football team, he's going to get you 8+ sacks, and that he's going to be an elite and dominant force on your defensive line, which is something the Detroit Lions desperately need, as they ranked only 29th in pass rush last year, and they ranked 29th in sacks. So we need a guy that can get production, and we know that if we bring Everson Griffen in, he's going to get you at least 8 sacks, and that would have been more than anybody on Detroit had last year. Pairing that with a guy like Trey Flowers, it would just be a phenomenal pass rushing duo, and that production is something that I love to see out of players, because Jadeveon Clowney, why he has this high ceiling, he has all this potential, he hasn't necessarily shown the production, only having 3 sacks last season. And I will say that Jadeveon Clowney, the stats don't necessarily tell the whole story, but we need a guy Matt Patricia and the Detroit Lions like guys that are going to get sacks. They like guys that are going to end the play. They don't necessarily want a guy that's super flashy, that's going to make all the big hits, that's going to force a ton of fumbles. They just want a guy that's going to play the position that he's meant to play. They want a guy that can end plays, not necessarily be the flashiest guy, but do it effectively, and that is what Everson Griffen does best. Everson Griffen will be considerably cheaper than Jadeveon Clowney and will not have to be here as long. Jadeveon Clowney wants a huge deal, lots of money, lots of years, and wants to secure the bag for, as long as he possibly can, and I don't blame him. Obviously, being 27, he is, probably in his prime at this point, and wants to get a long-term extension and, just make sure that he is financially secured throughout or for the upcoming years, and just wants to have that stability. And I don't think the Detroit Lions want to pay that. I think Everson Griffen at max would want a 2-year deal, around $10 million a year. The Detroit Lions have plenty of money to do that. Even if they do sign him to a 2-year, $20 million deal, paying him $10 million a year, they still have $10 million left at cap space, so they still have plenty left for Bob Quinn to, handle it. He still has plenty left for Bob Quinn to play with and hold on to if he really wants to. And I think Everson Griffen will just be much, much cheaper than Jadeveon Clowney will be, and we'll still get a very good pass rusher for a much cheaper and shorter deal. The last thing I want to say is Everson Griffen seems like he wants to be here. I don't know if you guys have seen the tweet that he liked by Gridiron Blitz. He said something about Everson Griffen coming to Detroit, and Everson Griffen liked it and replied, something I'm not going to repeat, but he seemed very excited and seemed very enthusiastic about coming to Detroit, and, he might want to be getting back at the Minnesota Vikings for letting him walk. We saw that with Mike Daniels last year. We see that with divisional guys all the time. As soon as their team lets them go, they go to the division rival and try to make that team pay. So Everson Griffen could want to do something like that and come to Detroit and try to make the Minnesota Vikings pay, but he does seem like he generally wants to be in Detroit. He's, been looking at, everything you see makes it seem like Everson Griffen, is okay with coming to Detroit. Like, he's kind of enthusiastic about it, and I would love to have him here. And I think if a player wants to be here, that's just another plus, because that they're going to, if they want to be here, that they're going to give it their all. Unlike the Snack situation where we traded for him and he said he didn't want to be here. Everson Griffen wants to be here, and if you want to be here, you're going to give it your all every single play. Not saying Snacks didn't, but you're just going to try that much harder because you want to, you want to be here. You love playing for the city, you love playing for the team, and if you want to be here, you're going to play that much better opposed to a guy that doesn't want to be be here, doesn't want to play for the coaching staff, the team, or his teammates. So those are my comparisons. Who would I pick? I think I would go with Everson Griffen. I think that Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn are on a hot seat. They have the mandate to win now, and I don't think that they're going to want to sign a Jadeveon Clowney to a 4 or 5 year contract. We have the money to do it, but we have big extensions coming up with Kenny Galladay and Taylor Decker. With the hot seat and the mandate being in place, I don't know how long that they're going to be here if they don't win right now. So they might not want to commit to anything super long term, which is why I think Everson Griffen is a much better fit. He will not be here for more than 2 years if we do end up signing him. He might even be retired at the end of his contract if we do sign him for 2 years, but he will bring an immediate impact. He will help this defensive line tremendously. He will have that consistent production that he had with the Minnesota Vikings, giving Trey Flowers a running mate and a pass rushing partner to, be a dominant duo like the Smith brothers were last year, like Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack are trying to be with the Bears, like Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffen were with the Minnesota Vikings. Everson Griffen could come in and be that with Trey Flowers, and we could have that dominant pass rush now. We could have that, great defensive line that puts pressure on the quarterback every single play, and even sending 3, we could still get pressure and still get quarterback hits and sacks. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think that we should sign Everson Griffen? Do you think we should sign Jadeveon Clowney? Which one would you prefer? Did I miss anything? Is there any other deciding factors that are make or break for you guys that I did not get? Those were kind of the big things for me that I wanted to compare. Personally, I think Everson Griffen is the more experienced and the better player, but I do think Jadeveon Clowney has all that upside that it makes it hard to, not at least give it a look and, see what might be. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Should we sign Everson Griffen or Jadeveon Clowney? Let me know down in the comments below. But with that being said, if you are new to the channel, as I said, consider liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. It takes 2 seconds out of a video to make mine. I would be very, very appreciative to everybody that chooses to do so. And while you're at it, go over to Right or Wrong Productions and subscribe to that channel and like those videos, as I'm putting out daily highlight videos on draft prospects, teams, and other NFL players. So if you can go over and subscribe to that channel, that would mean a lot to me and make my day even more. But with that being said, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Let me know down in the comments, who would you guys sign if you could sign anybody? If you were the GM right now, which one of these 2 guys would you sign? But, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye.